Hey, what's up, everybody? Good evening. I'm coming here tonight to talk about a story in Michigan. I learned about the story today from a friend. She had told me that she had ran across her Facebook feed and she seen the story and she was like, "Man, it was just so heart wrenching." Um, how these kids had lived. It is about a mother in Michigan who left her children for 4 years, allegedly. Now, I have not read the story myself. I'm actually coming to y'all tonight to get into it. You see, I have the news article the news station pulled up here. We're going to listen to him. But before we listen to him, I'm going to read what I found. All right. It says a Michigan mother was arrested on Friday for allegedly abandoning her children for several years, leaving them in deplorable conditions, according to the Oakland County Sheriff's Department. The 34-year-old woman from Pontiac, Michigan, deserted her three children, a 15-year-old boy and two daughters, ages 12 and 13, for approximately 4 to 5 years. We're not saying months, ladies and gentlemen. 4 to 5 years. That is a long time to leave some kids alone. I ain't gonna lie. I done went to the store and left the kids in the house to go to the store and back. Mom will be right back. But 4 to 5 years, how I just don't understand. I don't understand. So let me continue reading. It says, throughout my existing career in this field, I have never encountered a scenario as dire and prolonged as this one, involving abandonment, neglect, and abuse of the highest order, Sheriff Michael J. Borcher said in a statement. The children were discovered on Friday afternoon when deputies received a call from a landlord to perform a welfare check at a house in the 600 block of Lydia Lane. The landlord was concerned about the residents since he had not heard from the mother since December and not received rent since October. So, see, he wanted his money. That's what he wanted. He wanted his money. He said, "Give me my money. Give me my money. Give me my money." So, okay. All right, landlord. When deputies arrived on the scene, they found the three children in the home alone, living in horrific conditions. In some of the rooms, the house garbage was piled as high as 4 feet, along with mold and human feces found throughout the residence. Bathtub and toilets were overflowing with human excrement, and authorities said the mother did not leave any toilet paper or personal hygiene products. Okay, we're gonna just really give a moment of silence to this because just alone thinking that the way I'm thinking without going ahead and reading the rest of the story, they must have been using the bathroom in the house like a pet would. That is, oh, that's something else. Okay, let me continue. It appeared that the children were unfamiliar with how to use personal hygiene. It seems, it- hy- excuse me, personal hygiene items or known how to flush a toilet. The sheriff's department said the boy told authorities that he and his two sisters had been living alone since 2020 or 2021, and that the three of them survived on prepared food their mother or a stranger would deliver once a week. He told authorities he had been in contact with his mother, but it appeared that she had not seen the girls in years. It kind of reminds me of the commercials you see where animals are living in very deplorable conditions, Bertram told ABC News. Yeah, it reminds me of that too. It reminds me of that exactly. That's exactly what it reminds me of. And if you guys don't know what Butchered is saying here, he is basically saying, and we're going to take this away for just a moment, and let me see if you've heard this song come across your TV and you have the pets, excuse me, and every time I see the commercials, I turn my head because I'm a dog lover. I love all pets, but I really love dogs. And if I see a commercial, I turn my head because it's every time I hear it, it's a situation. It's, it's really stupid. I know y'all heard that on TV. Okay. A break that would make it okay. There's always some. They don't give me the thing, but I just want to tell you that that's what I think of um reading the story. So it says the children attended school since they had not attended school since passing time by watching television and playing games. When discovered, the children were wearing soiled clothing and matted hair and toenails several inches long, making it challenging to walk. The boys slept on a mattress while the two girls slept on pizza boxes, officials said. The woman was found at another location and arrested with incident, officials said. She told authorities the father of the children was not involved in their lives. Neighbors were not aware of the children's living conditions and told authorities they only saw the mother dropping things off at the house. Everybody is upset about it, said Pontiac resident Emma Gross, who lives a few streets over from where the children were found. This is right in our neighborhood. How could something like this happen? Well, let me tell you something, Emma. Every day there's something happening. Every hour there's something happening. It happens in everybody's neighborhood. A lot of people think because they live in like nice neighborhoods or whatever, and it's, like a money type neighborhood that things like that couldn't occur. But that's not the case. That's actually the best for them to do these type of things in because they know that because it is like a wealthy neighborhood that people won't check and there won't be a whole lot of traffic with police over whatever. So Emma, yeah, it happens in every neighborhood, sweetheart. People in the world are sick. It says that the mother is being held at Oakland County Jail, and officials said detectives are expected to hand over the case to prosecutors for a review in the next few days. The children were examined at a hospital for evaluation and have been placed in custody of a relative via Child Protective Services. Officials said, Butcher said that the far reaching consequences of this abuse must be acknowledged and that the department plans to figure out how these children fell through the cracks on so many levels with relatives, the community, and with schools. We look forward to presenting this case to the prosecutor and ensuring that she faces the consequence of her actions, Butcher said. The mother's identity is not being released as she shares the same name as one of her children, officials said. Okay, I've never seen that. That's kind of new. Um, I will say this though. I don't know if maybe it's something in the Michigan water, to where it's always Michigan women. I come from another app, and we have at least 2 Michigan women on that app who basically have been through a lot with their children as far as DFS and things of that nature. One of the women, she took off and has left her kids with, we don't even know. We don't know if it's the grandma, we don't know if it's the aunt, we don't know who the kids are with or if they're in the system, but she did all that for the app and basically has just been living her life, and not really caring about, seeing her children or whatever per our eyes. Okay. And then the other one, she has been all over the place, and y'all probably know her name. If I was to say her name, but I'm not gonna say her name, but she has even been on TV once upon a time. She's been through several things with her kids, and she's from Michigan. So I don't know. Maybe y'all should maybe drink some like filtered water. Because it seems like the Michigan water, it seems like it be having y'all do all kinds of things. Okay, that's what it seems like. So I'm going to bring up a news article and let you hear it from them, even though I read the article so you can see what I'm talking about, a visual. So give me 1 second. Oh, you know what? As I was doing this, I think that other lady was from Michigan too. The one that, believe she put the child in the freezer or whatever, whatnot. I believe she was from Michigan too. I forget her name. I have to look up her name, but I think she was from Michigan. Hold on. I gotta share it. Give me
That could be very, very hard to really retain here. So viewer discretion is advised as we learn the details of this case.
Agreement was arrived at in 2022, but the mother still would not allow him to see the kids. So that's what we've learned so far, at least preliminarily. We're going to go back and double check all these timelines and that kind of information. So he, in essence, had lost contact. Um, and that's where that stood. So we've had questions about that. The other questions that we've had was, who were the other people potentially dropping food at the house other than the mother? So far, again, the investigation, but it appeared. So far, none of the people that were coming to the house had any awareness that there were kids inside or the situation in which they were delivering to. Obviously, the question was somebody dropped off knowing there's kids there? No information at this point leads us to believe that. Our partners at Care House, they've already been seen once at McLaren. We intend to have them at a much more detailed, both physical and mental health kind of checkup, if you will, that will happen hopefully this week. When I saw them at their interview at Care House, they were already making amazing progress, having had some tender thing and some basic hygiene. The one detective said that the little girl was talking quite a bit. So that's super exciting to see that happening. And as it relates to being in the house, the only one of the three that ever came out was the young boy, and he came out twice. Once because of the grass, which by itself is heartbreaking, and a second time to check the mail. So you wouldn't do this to an animal, let alone your child. Just to hear that he came out to touch the grass is just crushing, soul crushing on so many levels. As it relates to the house, we have obviously released pictures. I'll get my technical expert up. You've already seen some of these pictures. I rolled that little mouse, but it didn't want to cooperate. So inside of the home, as I had mentioned with these pictures, trash was piled, in some places 3 and 4 foot high. Everything was covered with feces and trash. The toilet just hours or days for years. And so when you have the complete of hygiene, a complete breakdown of basic living conditions that they were subjected to. And to get a little deeper into that, COVID played a little part in the disconnect potential with schools and school communications. In 2020, the mother dropped off some trash bags, gloves, and Febreze. And that was about the last thing related to hygiene. Apparently, we're getting a loaf of bread dropped off that was intended to last 3 to 4 days. So, obviously, on so many levels, the conditions are horrendous in the situation. To the prosecutor, we're adding some more stuff for them. Of determination, and they're in that process. As it relates to the kids, the first thing we wanted to do is obviously get them safe and to get them clean, and that we needed clothing.
All right. So I just wanted you to just get a gist of uh, what it was exactly that these kids went through. I could not, I, I, I could not imagine, um, living in conditions as such, like not feces and trash all over the floor. I just couldn't. I don't. And these are children. You understand what I'm saying? This isn't somebody who's grown. This is children. So basically, what it sounds like to me is the mother left them and she was off living her best life, doing whatever she was doing. And then she dropped off to them for Febreze because the feces smelled so bad in the house. And I believe he said a loaf of bread. And then there was DoorDash. But what's odd to me is you would think with the feces that the person dropping off the DoorDash would have got like a smell because it's feces. So that's kind of shocking and surprising to me too that you know that and I'm gonna be honest though, I feel like kids shouldn't be able to order like DoorDash. I feel like there should be an age limit. And I say that because of this. You understand what I'm saying? Like you do the DoorDash comes and they deliver it and you don't like sometimes you don't know who the DoorDash person may be. And I don't know. I feel like in this circumstance, maybe if the DoorDash person would have uh been able to smell or whatever, or, even the mailman, like, didn't you smell anything? I mean, it's feces, but I don't know. But I just think that's a sad situation, and I wanted to bring that to you guys. That's one of the stories I wanted to talk about. You guys leave the comments below, like this video, and let me know what you think about this story. I want to see y'all's comments. Well, thank you guys for joining me tonight on Shantae's Insightful Talks. I really appreciate you guys, and I will check you guys later. Please make sure to click the bell, like the video. All right. Thank you so much. Leave your comments below.